Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you, assist you with any CRM project that you've got on the go there. Now, this presentation will be approximately 30 minutes long, so this is just a basic shortish session. Everyone uses CRM in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements. And I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive capabilities of Workbooks. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in more detail, we'd love to organize a sort of one-to-one session with you, and we can then go through your specific needs and take you through the software as the system as a separate session there. Also in the call today, we've got some people that are already trialing Workbooks, so they're getting to grips with the system and very, very much used to it, and some people have never seen it before. So excuse me if I'm going over some old information here. I need to go at the speed of the slowest person, so to speak. The audio part of this presentation, as you've gathered, is one way only, so don't worry about any background noises your end. Your microphone is on mute. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, which should be lurking in the top right corner of your screen, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end of the session. Also, this session is being recorded, so after the presentation you will receive an automatic email, normally within a day of our presentation, with a link to the recording, which you could share with your colleagues if you want to. Okay, so let's get started then. Just a brief mention about my company, Wizard Systems. We're an independent CRM dealer. All we do is implement CRM systems, generally into small and medium-sized companies. We've done this now over 20 years. We've got a tremendous amount of experience in implementing CRM into all different types of companies. And with Workbooks, as you would have gathered, you subscribe to the system. There's nothing to install. And we do have clients that do their own thing with Workbooks. They set it up themselves. They teach themselves how to use it. There's lots of help materials available to you and nice videos to take you through the system and its capabilities. But we're here to assist you at any stage of the journey. So we're in this together, and if you want any help on the setup of Workbooks, maybe migrating data, perhaps you've got some data in Excel spreadsheets or in an older CRM system, we can help you get that data from the old system into the new system, or do the whole job for you. And any other setup requirements that you've got there. We can also provide training. Now we can come to you, your premises, or you can come to us. We've got a nice training centre just north of Bristol and another one at Reading. Also we can do training online, so if you don't have a lot of time to spare, or you just want training on a specific topic of Workbooks, maybe it's how do you create a report? How do you link to the email marketing systems that we've got? We can take you through that as shorter sessions there. And finally, we provide a help desk support service, so if you get stuck, we're just a short phone call away, a nice friendly responsive help desk service to answer any queries or issues you've got there. So the key thing when we start working with you is, what are you wanting to get out of the CRM system? Are you looking to improve your sales process, the logging of inquiries, your response times, the productivity of your sales team, your opportunity tracking, your customer service, your marketing? We'll ask you loads and loads of questions, and together we'll get to the key requirements there, and that's our goal when we're working together to achieve those objectives or solve those issues. So what is Workbooks? Well, it is a central system to manage all of your contacts in one place and track all of your interactions with those contacts. There's some marketing tools in there as well to make you more proactive and targeted with your communications. Unusually for a CRM system, not many CRM systems have this, but we can do sales quotations, and also as an option we can then go on to create sales orders and invoices, so sort of financial stuff. I'll cover that shortly. We can also track customer service. Do you have a customer support team or a help desk or engineers or people taking calls from clients with problems? Then they too could use Workbooks, and not just a sales and marketing tool. And as well as it being a great productivity tool to your users, it's also a great management tool as well, so helping you control your business and help you make better decisions. And it's been around a long time. This slide's pretty old actually. There's about 12,000 clients, customers now using Workbooks in the UK, and quite a few sites further afield as well. It's a global product. Now all the data is in the UK. A question that a lot of people ask us is, where is my information? How secure is it? It's very, very secure. It's a level of security that most businesses couldn't afford on their own. It's also got the G-Cloud approval by central government, so which is the government's approval level for any cloud application. So it's got their stamp of approval on it, and it's a very, very robust, secure application. And it's 100% cloud, so there's nothing to install. You don't need to worry about upgrades or backups. That's all done for you. So just focusing now on its key capabilities, and of course with a CRM system, at the heart of any CRM system is the ability to manage all of your contacts in one place. So your leads, your prospects, your customers, your partners, the people you work with, your employees, your suppliers, they're all in there. It's a very customizable system as well, so shortly when I show you the system, the screens that you see, they're just examples. You can customize those easily, no programming required. You can take fields away that you don't like or are not relevant. You can add new fields to it. You can also deploy different security levels. So if you do have, and we do come across companies that work in this way, in that they have people in different teams or covering different territories, regions, and they don't want salespeople to see other people's information, or maybe you just have some temporary staff. So you can have different access levels there to prevent people seeing or changing stuff they shouldn't. And you are managing all of your activities in Workbooks as well, of course. So every day you may have calls, tasks, appointments to do. They're all tracked, stored against the client's record. You're building up a wonderful history over time of everything that you've done. And because you're not working in a vacuum, you're working as a team, you can see other people's activities. You can delegate, schedule tasks to your colleagues, and it will pop up on their screen, and they'll know who the activity came from, and everything is linked back to that client. So everything revolves around that customer record, building up that history there. We've also got email integration built in. Now we can interface with any email system, even if you're using Apple, Macs, or Yahoo, or Gmail. We can integrate with those. So as you send and receive your emails, they're being tracked automatically against the client's record. We also, with Workbooks, supply an optional link to Outlook. This is called the Workbooks Outlook connector. And what that will do is it will link your email. So as you send an email, as you receive an email, above the email there's a big button in Outlook to say share this with Workbooks. You click on that, it copies the email together with the attachments into the client's record automatically for you. It will also, this integration will also allow you to share your tasks, your calendar, and your contacts in a bi-directional way. So if you put a meeting into the calendar or the activity part of Workbooks, it will automatically pop up in Outlook and vice versa, together with any changes you make as well. Also, you may be using different devices. You may be you and your colleagues may be using tablets, smartphones, or ready for other applications. We provide mobile access. That's all included with your subscription. So if you're using a smaller device there, you'll have a slightly different way of logging on to Workbooks, but you'll get a simpler screen because of the smaller screen size, a simpler screen, but live access to all of your Workbooks information, your activities, opportunities, and so on. Now, putting your marketing hat on, a lot of people now are carrying out email marketing campaigns, using email marketing to keep in touch with their clients and help generate new business. And likewise, that's the case with Workbooks. So we've got a great way of getting data into Workbooks, normally via a CSV type file, comma, separated values. It's a very common file format. So if you've got something in Excel, very easy to get that data into Workbooks to start working on it. You can export anything from Workbooks. Wherever it is, you can export just part of your system or the whole database if you want to, in a couple of different formats there. We also can integrate to your website. So if you've got a form on your website for contacting you or new inquiries, or somebody submitting a case or ticket or issue to you, we provide this with Workbooks. You get a sample form and a script on that form. So if someone fills in their details on your website, it automatically becomes a record, a new lead normally in your system, and it will alert you to your inbox to say you've got a new inquiry. And also we could do a little bit of workflow on that as well, to move the inquiry along in the system. So built-in website integration there. Now, before doing any email marketing campaign, of course, you consider who are the recipients, who are you going to send this email to. So with Workbooks, you've got really easy ways of creating those lists, creating the criteria for the people on that list, and then uploading that, integrating it with one of three popular email marketing systems. I suppose the most popular one is MailChimp. Most people have heard of that one. You might already be using MailChimp right now in your business. And there's actually a free account with MailChimp if you're under 2,000 subscribers. So without any commitment to the system, you can give that a good try there. So the integration with email marketing is included with Workbooks. You create your list in Workbooks. That list is uploaded to one of those three systems. One of those three systems, obviously, they allow you to create the nice looking email, the nice looking HTML template that you send to your customers, and those systems will deliver the email to the recipients. But importantly, with the integration back into Workbooks comes information on who was sent that email, who opened the email, what links did they click on, were there any hard bounces, so maybe the email address doesn't exist for some reason, and some of your recipients may opt out of the mailings, and that's recorded back in Workbooks as well. So the Workbooks user has visibility against a customer record. They can see pretty much live all of the most recent email marketing activity there. Now, this is the bit where many other CRM systems can't do this. This is managing sales quotations. So with Workbooks, you've got a simple way of creating a quote. You can store your price list in Workbooks as well. So all of the product descriptions, pricing. You can also create additional fields in the product database for tracking any information you want to know about your products, maybe their size, dimensions, color, weight, whatever. That too can be tracked with Workbooks. You can also design one or many different quotation layouts, and these layouts, they're stored when they go to the customer. They're stored in a PDF format. So you can easily customize these layouts. I've got a sample one on the screen here. But of course you can upload your logo, your company logo to it, your contact details, VAT details, terms and conditions, and so on. So those layouts are designed to be customizable. And importantly, we integrate with the opportunity management part of Workbooks. So as you do these quotes, it can be added to the information that you're holding about the opportunity, the project, the sales forecast or the pipeline. Different systems use different terminology, but it's like another dimension to Workbooks to track this opportunity and this potential revenue that you're expecting from that customer. So that's a very important part of any CRM system there. Now, there are two, when you sign up for Workbooks, there are two different editions. There's CRM edition or business edition. Business edition, which is priced slightly higher, but business edition allows you to take that quote and then convert it to a sales order or an invoice. It also allows you to do credit notes and record some basic customer payment receipts. It's not an accounting system, but for many of our clients that have simple order processing requirements, simple needs for an accounting solution, then this might be ideal for you. We can interface with a few different accounting systems out there. There is, for example, if you're using Sage, Sage 50 or Sage 200, we do have an optional link for that where you can take an order in Workbooks and transfer it into an order in Sage without the need for rekeying any information. So we do have some rather nice integration with Sage as an option. So just remember that as we go through, two choices with Workbooks, CRM edition or business edition. All of them, though, will allow you to do those quotes. Now, a quick mention about customer service, another part of Workbooks. You can disable this if it's not relevant to you, if you're not tracking any customer service activity, but we present to you a separate screen in Workbooks to log that customer service issue. The screen can be customized as well, by the way, so that there may be different bits of information you want to track when you log a call, a service call from a client. You can apply deadlines, so we can, if you like, track service level agreements if you have to get back to a client within X number of hours or X number of days with a solution to that problem. You're building up, as you're using Workbooks in this way, you're building up a wonderful history of issues there, so you can track trends and what are the top issues, and you create a sort of knowledge base of those FAQs and typical solutions to problems. Final slide here, putting your manager's hat on now with Workbooks, a great way of managing activity levels. So seeing how many leads you've got, how many phone calls you're doing, how many meetings are planned, how many quotes are outstanding. I've mentioned this already. Key part to it is the opportunities that you're tracking in the system as well. So what sales are due in next month, next quarter? What sales did we close last year? What quotes are outstanding? If you're tracking your quotes through Workbooks. Workbooks will give you answers to these questions. There's the report writer, also provided with Workbooks, and we supply approximately 50 or so reports to get you going. All different types of reports for tracking your contacts, your activities, your financial transactions, your opportunities. There's some marketing reports in there as well. You can create your own reports. Those reports you can create graphs from. You can export the data to Excel. Another easy way of getting the data out. And also we do have in Workbooks nice customizable dashboards, real-time dashboards with pie charts, bar graphs, giving you real-time information on typically tracking key performance indicators in there. All right, let's dive into Workbooks proper then. So apologies for people that are on the trial. Looking down the attendee list this morning, I can see some people are on the trial already, but hopefully you should get some extra information out of this as regards your help with navigating around and where do I get to access different bits of information with Workbooks. So as we log in, I'm logging in this morning via Chrome. This will work with any browser. And remember the different URL log on if you're using a mobile device. But here is my Workbooks Desktop, and straight away you'll see this is very familiar. It looks like your Windows desktop, doesn't it? With that Start button down in the bottom left-hand corner there, and a Google-like search box to the right of that. So in there you can type in anyone's word or name, part of an activity, part of some notes, part of an opportunity, and Workbooks will find it for you. But from that Start button and the Start menu here, well, we've got all of the elements of a proper CRM solution, with right towards the top there, people and companies. So Workbooks makes a distinction between individual contacts and the people that you work with, and they may work in companies and organizations. So let me dive into people first of all then. And up pops a pretty typical window in Workbooks, displaying now, of course, all of the people in my system. And rather like an Excel spreadsheet, we've got different columns here. You can customize what columns you see as you browse through your database. So each user can choose what columns they see there. And also, down on the left-hand side here, there's a thing called views. These are lists. So if you're regularly working with people that have something in common, maybe I'm constantly working with my customers in Reading. Well, I could create this list via this simple filtering button there, and when that list is saved, it creates this view. So I could click on that little button there for Reading customers, and there we are. Town starts with Reading, dead easy, and there's all of my Reading clients. Of course, I could jump back to see everyone just by clicking on that button there. So a nice way, quick way of navigating around the system and looking at those different lists. Now, if I dive into somebody's record in a bit more detail here, so here is a contact of ours called Alan, and up pops a new window with some tabs running across the top there, allowing us to click on those tabs and see more information about Alan. But on this main tab, this is the key information about this person, and this is what can be changed by you. These fields that you see here, they can be removed from this form. You can add new fields as well. So in an earlier demonstration, I created a field for tracking somebody's hobbies or interests. So you can create any number of different fields there. The fields can be different types. There can be date fields, check boxes, text fields, numeric fields. You can search on any of this information as well. The information could appear on reports, easily accessible. So that's the main information about Alan. Who is he? Where is he? How do you get hold of him? And key contact information. Then running across the top there, we've got these tabs. So for example, notes. These are basic background notes. Also, this is where you can link documents or files against a customer's record. So if you have any Word documents or Excel files, it can be files of any type. You can upload those and link that to the client's record, and anyone can access that and search on that information. Activities. So these are things that you've done or are about to do with Alan here, and not only your activities, but also your colleagues' activities. Again, you can customize what columns you see here. You can filter this data. So if you just want to see just a high priority task due with Alan, that could be a little view for you. You can schedule, create new activities easily from here and schedule them for other colleagues of yours. Any emails, we can interface with any email system. Here they all are here, and you can click on these emails to see them exactly as they appeared in your normal email application. MailChimp, if you're doing any MailChimp email marketing activity, then here this will display all of the most recent emails that have been sent, marketing emails that have been sent to Alan, and emails that he's opened, click-throughs and so on. Who does Alan work for? Well, on the Organizations tab here, this will display any companies or organizations that Alan's got some affiliation with. Typically, of course, it would be, who does he work for? Well, here we are. We can see Alan is employed by Atlantic Computer Services. So I can click on this little link here to now dive into a company record, an organization record. And just like Alan's record, we've got this window, similar tabs running across the top there. Initially we're on the main tab here. You can customize these fields, take fields away, add new fields to it. Very easily done. But this now is information about the company, so all of the activities we've done with that company since the year dot, all of the emails. Who else do we know there? Well, yes, we know Alan, but there's also 3 other people there, and you can dive into their records and off you go to navigate through their information. Now, opportunities is a very common thing that most people want to track in a CRM system. So here we can see 12 projects, 12 potential sales, or maybe sales that we've completed, revenue that we've got from these companies. And here they all are here with a meaningful name and some basic information about those opportunities. You can dive into that opportunity, and then up pops a window displaying more detailed information about this project. Again, you can customize this screen. This top half here, the key information, the main information about the opportunity, that can be changed. You can take things away, add new fields there. You can, if you want to, also track the individual products and services that you're hoping to supply on this job. And this is one way of producing a quote. So you can add items in here from the price list, the product database that you've got within Workbooks. And then from there, you can create a quote or an order or an invoice. Oh, and also there's an optional contracts module. So if in your business, looking at the attendee list today, I think there are a few companies that are probably supplying maintenance contracts and things like that. So think about how you track those contracts and tracking what you're supporting against a client. This would be an ideal option for you to consider. So here's the opportunity, and again, those tabs feature across the top of the opportunity screen where you can dive in and see. Just show me all of the activities we've had against this project. Now these activities, these records of phone calls and meetings or maybe emails, they're going to be against the client's record as well, but they're also here. So you do it once, but it appears in a couple of different places there. So a nice way of tracking opportunities. And then cases, these are support issues. Just briefly, if you want to see one of those, let me just click on this one here. A problem called delivery of 3 consulting days. So this is an example screen. Again, this can be totally revamped and stuff moved around and new fields added to it. But we've got the key information here about an issue, a problem or complaint, with the status of the issue, the type of issue, where did it come from, a description of the issue. Every issue is numbered. We've got a description there. And again, with those tabs across the top there, you can track additional information, activities and emails, contacts and documents against that case. So from that company screen, you've got access to all the information specific to this company or organization. Wherever you see transactions in Workbooks, these are financial things. So quotes, sales orders, invoices, they're all there. And this is another area where you could create a new quick quotation to go to that client. Let me just close all these windows down. There's a nice little button down here to clear your desktop. There we are, with one click of that button. Now, how can you see all of your activities? Well, you come into the office in the morning and you log into Workbooks, you select activities there from the start menu, and up pops a window showing you all of your activities. You can create these views, these lists, if you just want to see specific types of activities or just your phone calls you've got to do today. Or maybe you're managing a colleague called Luke and you want a list of all Luke's outstanding phone calls. Very easily you can do all that. You can display information as a calendar as well if you want more of a graphical view of the information. And if you've subscribed to the Outlook integration, all of this can be transferred automatically in the background to Outlook, and vice versa. If you put an appointment into Outlook, it will appear in Workbooks plus any changes as well. So there you are, a quick way of seeing activities. And then maybe you want to, as a salesperson, you want to see all of your opportunities on the go. Well, there's the sales section there and opportunities. And there's all of my opportunities. Again, you can customize this view and create these different lists or views there to see opportunities of a certain type. If you're a marketing person, let's just close down that window there. If you're a marketing person, well, you've got this marketing section and then campaigns, and this is where you can see all of your campaigns on the go right now. And if you're nosy, you can dive into a campaign, knitting course level 2, whatever that is, and this will show us all the basic information about this campaign with some date information, maybe some revenue expectations, costs, and you can see here all the other information against this campaign. So a very common tab here are members. Who is on this campaign? Who is going to receive this email? Who is going to receive this newsletter? There they all are there. And with the MailChimp link, you'll be able to see pretty much live the responses of those people, how many people open the email, how many times they open the email, how many times they clicked on a link, and also seeing hard bounce and opt-out information there as well. So there we are, a quick run through Workbooks, by no means extensive. There's a lot to it. You can disable bits that are irrelevant to you though, of course. Slim it down to make it nice and simple and easy for you day one, but it's very scalable. You can add on this extra functionality and use it as you see fit. Right, so back to my slide presentation, and just to summarize the pricing of Workbooks here. So we've got the two different editions I mentioned earlier, CRM Edition or Business Edition. You pay for Workbooks on an annual basis. We invoice you for your year's usage, and it's per named user. So CRM Edition is 228 plus VAT per user per year, and Business Edition, because it does more, all the financial stuff and tracking credit notes and purchase orders, producing purchase orders to suppliers if you wish, that's 504 per user per year plus VAT. A very popular add-on option to consider is the Outlook link, which allows you to share your emails and your activities, tasks and contacts. That's £48 per user per year. And there are some other options that we could discuss with you once we know your requirements there. Plus, when you're looking at the cost of the investment you need to make with Workbooks, consider, do you need any help in getting this system up and running? And essentially on the implementation, we could go down two routes. Well, there's three routes. You could do everything yourself, or we could do the whole job for you. Once we understand your requirements, we will set the whole system up for you, your users, migrate data over, customize the system, create any reports for you, and then provide all the training for your staff to so they know how to confidently use workbooks. Or thirdly, we could do what's called a guided implementation, and that's where we give you to select some selected people, we give you some high-level training on how you yourselves can set the system up. And we're still in the background to assist you if you get stuck, but essentially you're then responsible for getting everything set up, putting your users on, security, email options, migrating data, and so on. So be realistic. Think about those three different options there. Do it yourself, we do everything, or a guided implementation. And we've got well over a couple of decades of experience in implementing CRM systems. So we've got a lot of experience working with all sorts of different companies, from sole traders right up to implementations of many hundreds of users, mostly in the UK. We've done jobs further afield as well. So as long as we know what your requirements are, we can give you some pricing for that. All right then, so that's me nearly done. I'd now like to open up our presentation to any questions that you've got. So just to remind you, there is that question section in the control panel, so please type in any questions you've got there. And first question from Lynette, I think it's Lynette. How do you see all of your outstanding quotes? Well, quite simply, that could be a report. I didn't cover that, Lynette, but there is a reporting section here where you could see all your reports. Or there are a couple of other places. Back on the sales section, you can see your quotations there. Do you see? And that will pop up all of the quotes that you've got. Again, you can create these views if you want to use this filtering facility here just to see completed quotes or outstanding quotes. That can be done there. You can print out what you see. You could export what you see as well. And the third option, if I just close down that window, third option, start and finance and customer transactions here. This is where you can see not only quotes but also orders and invoices. But again, you could create a little view there saying, well, just show me all of my quotations. Bang, there you are. Hopefully that answers your question, Lynette. Question here from, looks like Stuart. How do you migrate data from ACT? Well, with ACT, you'll need to export the data in a CSV format, and then on the Start button here, you as an administrator or whoever's setting up the system, you'll have access to the importing section here, and that CSV file that you created from ACT, you then can import into Workbooks, and you'll basically be mapping the columns that you might have seen in Excel to fields against the company or people record. Many systems like Workbooks make a distinction between organization records and people records. Your extraction ACT is a simpler system, but the data can be mapped here quite simply. And off you go, a very simple import process. The nice thing about the imports also is that when you've done them, your colleagues can't see those records until you approve the imports. So they're held in a little sort of waiting area, and only when you've approved of that can your colleagues see the whole import. So if you've made a mistake or you've mapped something incorrectly, you can easily undo that and redo it again. Question here from Alex. The Outlook add-on, £48 per user. It's not per month, Alex. It's per year. So this is an additional cost. It's an optional add-on. You don't need to apply it to all users. So Alex, if you're, say, 5 users there and only 2 or 3 of you want to integrate with Outlook, well, you just subscribe to that £48 per user per year for those that want it. Okay, don't think there's any more questions coming through there, but thanks very much for those very good questions. Right, so it just remains for me to thank everyone for your time this morning. Suffice to say, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want a more detailed presentation, just contact me or any of my colleagues here. There is a trial as well. As some of you may know, there's a free 30-day trial of Workbooks, so you can put it through its paces. Again, during that trial, we're here to help. If you get stuck or have a question, just call us or email us. Our phone number is 01454 316800, or email us, or email me, tim@wizard-systems.com, and there's our website there as well, wizard-systems.com or .co.uk. Thanks very much for your time, and we hopefully will get you onto Workbooks real soon. Thank you very much indeed.